Loose on the side of the net. St. Michael's knocked it away. Score! And it's McElhaney stepping across the slot. A little too hard for McElhaney. McElhaney, those bites, Cody Smith, and he scores! Now the draw by Bird. They score! Salvucci! First Norwich University goal for the freshman from Plymouth, Massachusetts, Kevin Salvucci.
All right, we're here in Cadet Corner, our inaugural episode, and I'm Tanner Acebo. I'm joined by Norwich Coach Mike McShane. Coach, thanks for sitting down with us today.
Tanner, glad to be here.
So obviously, we're a little ways into the season already. Let's go back to last weekend. It was the first weekend with back-to-back games for your team, so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we had a good week of practice, Tanner, and we came off, winning single games each of the previous weekends. So there's a little bit of confidence, I think, built by guys who hadn't seen a lot of ice and some new guys that got into the lineup. So that helped, and goalies both, get a fair shot at starting the game. And so we were looking forward to playing back-to-back because that's how our schedule goes the rest of the year. And I thought Friday night we came out and established ourselves right away and had great forechecking and got an early goal. And I think that set the pace for the whole night. We played 4 lines regularly and 6 defensemen, and like I said, our forechecking was very, very good, and we sustained pressure throughout the evening. Our power play moved the puck well. We got a couple of nice power play goals. So overall, I was very pleased with how we, our discipline and how we were putting our systems together. Our power play, our shorthand, and we had a good game. The second night, University of New England came out flying. It was a much faster speed, up-tempo game, and we had to adjust to that because coming off the night before, you get this overconfidence a little bit that you might be a little better than you think you are, especially early in the year. And I think the kids felt it after about 10 minutes. Hey, we're in for a game tonight. This team is a faster skating team, and they open up the ice a little bit more. And the goaltending he was playing very well. So that was an up and down game, a little bit different. And I don't think we established our forechecking as strong as Friday night, but we did get some good key plays. The first power play was a great setup, moving the puck very quickly and making snap passes, and we got a great shot by Corey Hill to tie the game right after they had scored to go ahead, which really helped. The longer a game goes on, when you're down 1-0, a lot of times you'll press and make mistakes and lose your discipline. We got that tying goal. I think that really helped us. And of course, going and getting the second goal and then the third goal, and then them scoring a goal and coming back made it a lot tighter. But we did a good job killing penalties. We took some bad penalties, a little uncharacteristic of us as far as the discipline goes. We addressed that this week in practice, but we did a good job killing penalties. And our power play, I think we got a couple of power play goals, so all positive. And of course the goaltending. Ty Rickenbach played real well. Braden played the night before, Austin Chuck, and he did a nice job. So, and the defense, I think overall played well. They moved the puck out of the zone, and inside they did a nice job too.
So we mentioned that this was the first weekend with back-to-back games. They were at home. Now you guys will go on the road for this upcoming weekend. 2 tough road contests on the New Hampshire trip.
Yeah, I mean this is good for the club. We went to Quebec and played a couple of games up there, which was a nice road trip, and I think the guys got used to the travel. So this won't be our first real road trip. We've done it earlier, but these games count. So that part is certainly different. And playing against 2 opponents that we had a little trouble with last year on the road. And I think most of the guys who are back from last year, they remember that. And we've helped them remember that a little bit this week in practice. So this is going to be a good challenge. St. A's, coming off a sweep. They swept Castleton and Skidmore last week on the road, which says something for their program. They must be in pretty good shape and doing well there. And we've always had a tough time down there. They play us hard. They're a good skating club. So we're just taking the one game at a time and trying to improve. And we went over a couple of things this week in practice that we haven't done a lot on. And the neutral zone play, I think we could do a little bit better. And so we spent some time at that and being a little quicker. We know both these games are going to be high tempo games. So New England, of course, a little different rink, small rink, usually a tougher physical game and close checking. And we've had our ups and downs there. We've done well at times, but we've had some trouble. And last year we did. We had a tough game with them last year. So this is going to be a great challenge for especially a young club like ourselves, and with the new goalies. Being on the road, it's a little different. But I'm looking forward to it, and I think the guys are too.
And before we let you go here, one more question. It seems like every year, everybody else in the ECAC East gets a little bit better and makes it a little more difficult. Are you starting to see that even more so this season now?
Absolutely. We saw it the last couple of weeks with St. Mike's and the University of New England. Shane Gorman and myself were talking about last year we beat St. Mike's 5-0 at their barn early in the year, and we outshot them like 48-6 or something. This year down here, a little bit different. Very close game. We pulled it out, but totally different in shots and the tempo of the game. They're a much better team. And then University of New England. Last year we went up and beat them at their place early in the year. I think it was 6 or 7-0. Different game this year. So you see some of those lower teams that no longer lower teams, they're mid teams, and there's a lot of, we think this year every team except maybe one in the league is going to be a strong opponent. And the recruiting, some of the facilities, like University of New England, they have a new facility, and Brad's doing a very good job recruiting there. Damien's done a nice job recruiting St. Mike's, and he's got some senior leadership there, and they're taking pride. And coming off last year, tying Babson and tying UMass Boston to help us seal the regular season championship says a lot for their team. So they're in a good, those two teams in particular, and I think you're going to see St. A's after sweeping last week, and New England's going to be tough. And then, of course, you get your Babsons, and then you got your Castleton and Skidmore, and UMass Boston probably has the most firepower in our league, if not in the whole East. So we've got a lot of tough games ahead, and the challenge is going to be there for us. But that's why you play the game, and I think our fans and the guys would rather play against tougher opponents. It makes you better, and it helps it, the discipline and so forth down the line.
All right, well, Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Tina.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and look at the highlights from that USM win. Then after that, we'll sit down with Nevin Lawler. That's coming up next on Cadet Corner. The Norwich University men's hockey team played host to the Huskies of Southern Maine in ECAC East action on Friday night from Kreitzberg Arena in Northfield. Let's get to the highlights. Senior Assistant Captain Nevin Lawler started the scoring just 26 seconds into the contest as he picks up this rebound off an Alec Theta slapper and pockets his second goal of the season. Sophomore Anthony Flaherty made it 2-0 Norwich at the 7:38 mark of the period, taking the feed from Lawler in the high slot and ripping a wrister glove side on USM goalie Kyle Shapiro for his first of the season. Into the second we go, and it's senior Corey Hale making it 3-0 Norwich with this wicked wrister from the blue line on a Norwich power play for his second goal of the year. Lawler and junior Ryan Whittle picked up the assists. Just 1 minute and 18 seconds later, sophomore Brendan Boyce picks up his first of the season, beating a lunging Shapiro over the glove to make it 4-0. Cody Smith and Brian Rowland picked up the helpers on the tally. Lawler capped the scoring at 19:26 of the second period as he knocks down this shot from Smith from the blue line and spins it into an open net mouth to give the Cadets the 5-0 lead. Smith and senior Gerard McElhaney nabbed the assists. Freshman goaltender Braden Ostapchuk recorded his first career shutout, making 14 saves in the 5-0 win. With the win, Norwich improves to 3-0 on the season and 2-0 in ECAC East play. USM now stands at 1-3 and 0-3 in the ECAC East. The Cadets are next in action on Friday, November 21st when they travel to take on the Hawks of St. Anselm College in another ECAC East matchup. Puck drop is set for 7 p.m. This video was presented by the Norwich Sports Information Department. We're back here on Cadet Corner. I'm Tanner Acebo, now joined by Senior Assistant Captain Nevin Lawler. And Nevin, you got the season underway. Let's go back. We just took a look at some of the highlights from the Southern Maine win from last weekend. Tell me a little bit about what that weekend was like for you guys with those 2 home games.
It's definitely, it was our first 2 Friday-Saturday games, which was a little different because we've been recently playing just Friday games. But it was nice to go back-to-back, get the team a little feeling for what it's like during the season, at least. It's great to get 2 wins, obviously. It's great to get a win in any situation, but to get two at home, it's great feeling for us. And I mean, we just plan to move forward from there.
Yeah, so we're still kind of early in the season. You guys are missing some key contributors out with injuries. Some freshmen have stepped up. Tell us a little about some of the guys that have stepped up for you.
Yeah, we definitely have a couple key guys out right now, which is tough due to injuries and stuff. But yeah, our freshman class, we brought in great forwards. I mean, Coach McShane and Coach Madsen always bring in great guys. So, I mean, they're rookies, but they have been doing really well and getting points for us. And, you know, just keeping it simple on the ice. They don't show their nerves too much, obviously. They show like they've been playing out there for a while. So that's what we need out of them at least. So.
And you mentioned that last weekend was the first back-to-back weekend games, and now this upcoming weekend, you guys will go on your first real true road trip of the season. 2 road games, New England College and St. A's. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, for the guys that were here last year, that weekend we dropped both games, which is kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth for going back there. But I mean, we just want to keep rolling forward and you know, build off the wins that we've had this previous weekend, and it'd be a good test. I mean, we already went to Quebec, so we know what it's like to be in the bus and travel with the team. So I mean, it's just another game for us, another 2 points, and we got to look forward to Friday. So try not to look close to Saturday, but you know, stay focused on the St. A's game Friday.
Yeah, so St. A's, NEC. St. A is kind of a similar rink to what you have here at Kreuzberg, but NEC is a lot different. Do you guys work on anything different in practice for the kind of the smaller ice surface over there, or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, we try to adapt to certain systems. I mean, we kind of just go out there and play our game. We try not to worry too much about, you know, the ice surface or what's going on. But I mean, personally, I love this small ice surface, you know. But yeah, it's definitely different playing at their rink. Ours is really big. We got a wide surface, and they do have such a narrow and small rink, which is cool. You know, it's, you know, different. That's why we play hockey. You know, switch it up a bit. And I mean, I look forward to it. I'm sure the guys do too. So.
And before we let you go, this year you were named an assistant captain. Tell us a little bit about kind of what that means to you personally.
It does mean a lot. I mean, to me, I haven't seen much past the 4th or 3rd line to be named captain when you're, you know, on the, you know, those 2 lines. It does mean a lot. It shows that people respect you and, you know, people look up to you. And I mean, I try to work hard on and off the ice. So, I mean, it just, you know, goes to show. I mean, the hard work does pay off. And right now, this year, I'm just trying to be a good leader and on and off the ice, and, you know, help the guys out as much as I can. I mean, it does mean a lot, though. That's for sure.
Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by and joining us here on Cadet Corner. That's Nevin Lawler, Senior Assistant Captain for Norwich men's hockey team.